Hello Internet, and welcome to my redo of my reading of Sonic High School Chapter 10. Why are you here? Screamed Tails with the anger of a million angry birds. Sonic was shocked because Tails was his best friend and Tails was smart, but Tails was super pissed at Sonic for not coming to the science competition even though they were best friends. Sonic moved his mouth, but words didn't come out because he did not know what to say. Sonic was a mixture of mad and sad and frustrating because he did not know what he could do to get Tails to be his friend again. At times like this, Sonic thought about Amy's fine body because it set his mind at ease. "I am here for my friend," said Sonic. "Our friend, Espio. We are still friends too, Tails." "You're just too mad to see it." "I know what I see," said Tails, kind of screaming. "I am so smart." Our obligatory r/I am very smart joke. Espio tried to get in between them even though it was at his house and they were in right now and said, "Guys, please, let's just make sure I can fight Knuckles and not get owned." Sonic and Knuckles ignored him for the moment and continued to be in a fuss. "I'm sorry, bro. I don't understand. What can I do to make our friendship the best one ever again?" said Sonic to Tails. Tails wiggled his two tails and looked to the side in a thinking way. "I don't know," said Tails to Sonic. But you know what? Here, take this." Tails took out a blue journal from a spot and threw it on the ground in front of Sonic. It was what it was when Sonic looked at it. It was Sonic's journal! "What? How did you get this?" said Sonic to Tails. "I gave this to Miss Lesson before she read about my balls problems." "I lied. I did not go to the science competition that night. I still went to school, but instead of going to the science competition, I used my science hat of invisibility to sneak into Miss Lesson's room and get your journal. I wanted to get your journal so that no one else could read your business and see your gay ball problems. And I know you still have, even though you think you were getting better. I was going to give it back to you, but you were not at the science competition like you should have been. Even though I am such a good friend to you, even now when I could have been reaching my moment of genius, I was doing a thing for you because I want you to be happy," said Tails to Sonic with a voice of emotion. Sonic did not know what to say. High school drama was so insane to be a part of. Sonic picked up his journal and Sonic picked up his journal and felt like he was going to cry because he was being an asshole jerk to his best friend who was only trying to make him happy. "Tails, you did not have to do this," finally said Sonic respondingly. "What matters is that I did," said Tails. "And also you do not care for my special day because you were too busy trying to be true boyfriend and girlfriend with Amy. Goodbye, Sonic," said Tails right before he flew out Espio's bedroom with his flying tails, and then he did. "This is so shitty," said Espio to Sonic, who was now the only other person in his bedroom. "I still have to fight Knuckles tomorrow, but your different kind of fight with Tails is just as crazy." "That is for me to figure out with Tails," said Sonic. "Let's get back to making sure you cannot be defeated by Knuckles." Sonic and Espio spent all night in Espio's bedroom reading books and watching videos about fighting and learning how to be the best at it. By the time the night was over, Espio was ready to face Knuckles. That they went to school on this new day, and school happened and was over, and now they were in the hall where Knuckles said to meet him to fight. There was a crowd of people around him that included Sonic, who looked worried, Rouge, who looked worried with her baby. Also, if y'all don't know about the fucking Sonic High School lore, Rouge is a fucking infidel. That's all you need to know. Like, infidel cheater. And she had a kid with Knuckles. Anyway. Rouge, who looked worried and with her baby, and Vector, who was smiling. Also in the crowd was Tails, and with him Cream the rabbit, who was Charmy Bee's girlfriend. Cream was a little woman and pretty smart, but not as smart as Tails. Her boobs were smaller than both Amy's and Rouge's, but they were still high quality in their own way. It's surprising to most people that a gay like Charmy was even allowed to have a girlfriend, but it just goes to show you that the impossible is not what you think it is. Then SBO jumped over the crowd into the middle where Knuckles was. "So you decided to come anyway," said Knuckles, "even though you know your ass is going to get torn up by my moves." "I do not want to fight you, Knuckles," said Espio to Knuckles, "but I'm doing this for Charmy and Rouge. I'm doing this for Charmy because you kidnapped him, and for Rouge because you do not respect her baby." Then let's do this, said Knuckles. Knuckles charged at Espio with his fists like an elephant running at a hunter trying to kill him for his powers. But Espio jumped out of the way and onto the wall like a pro jumper, which he learned how to do last night. Espio jumped at Knuckles with a kick move, and Knuckles punched at his foot, where they met with a purple and red explosion of power that knocked them both back. They continued to jump around and attack at each other, and they did this for a while. It was difficult to watch for everyone. Rouge was in the crowd with her baby. We already elaborated that, though. Oh, this is so difficult to watch, said Rouge. Violence should not be a solution to conflict, said Rouge's baby, peeking out between his hands. You are right. Why do people do this like this? I hate it, said Rouge to Rouge's baby. Rouge had become a different person since she had a baby. She used to be only sexy, but now Rouge was sexy and matronly. Yes! Fuck this evil world! said Rouge's baby. Rouge then revealed her boob to her baby and had him eat from it as a baby would too. Rouge's baby thought this was the best part about being a baby because not everyone would get cool boobs like this delivered to them on their doorstep like a milkman. Babies did not have much to worry about anyway, so Rouge's ace boobs made paradise a reality for baby. I have a feeling, said Rouge's baby, you should lie down and relax. So Rouge lied down on her back, and the fight continued to go on. Knuckles and Espio were both bloody and gross looking, like two waiters who were holding messy foods and then walked into each other, causing the meals to lodge into the air and then fall down and ruin the nice clothes they got from the store. That is oddly specific. They were breathing hard and were tired, but they kept going, jumping and kicking and punching and running. It looked like two people doing a dance, but hitting each other also. Knuckles kicked his feet out at Espio, but Espio jumped up and dodged him and came back down and hit Knuckles in the mouth and knocked him to the floor/ground. Is this enough yet? Are we done? Shouted Espio to Knuckles. How will this ever end? Knuckles looked up from the ground at Espio standing over him. Knuckles had a Twinkie in his eye, and as he looked up at Espio and crawled towards him, Espio did not do anything but watch him and feel dangerous. Come closer. Wait, come closer, said Knuckles in a whisper voice. So Espio bent down and put his face to Knuckles. Knuckles looked up and down at Espio's sweaty purple body and into his eyes and said, I respect you. This fanfiction was fucking dehydrated. And then grabbed his face as gentle as a deer and kissed him on the mouth. When Knuckles kissed him, he did it extra hard, sometimes with his eyes shut, and sometimes into Espio's deep yellow eyes that looked like a circus of loving men. Their tongues met in the middle of their listen to this shit. Their tongues met in the middle of their mouths like two chicken cutlets that were acting like cats that loved each other. When Espio was watching fighting videos last night, he was not expecting he was going to have to do kissing too, but he liked it. They went on kissing for a full minute while everyone watched, wondering if they were done fighting or just taking a break to kiss. Finally, the back part of Knuckles' body began to lift off the ground while his mouth was still making out with Espio. Eventually, the power became so strong that his mouth was removed from Espio and their spit was like a shiny extension cord that was connected and applied to a wall outlet. Knuckles began to glow while floating in the air, and the whole place became a little windy. On the side, Tails said to Cream,
Wow, I know what this is. This is a rare moment of science that we will never see probably again in a lifetime or ever. It's called body donation. It was invented by Einstein. It is when someone reaches a moment of such powerful love that they can choose to restart their lives as part of the person they love. Einstein invented this by making his wife love him so much during one night during a romantic pasta dinner that she became a baby and was like him, but he killed his wife and the baby because he thought it was too dangerous to have her live on in the world without testing it in a laboratory first. It is a fact that if it looks like magic, it is not magic, it is science, so deal with it. Knuckles glided on the wind forward through the crowd of people in front of him and into Rouge's mouth, where he disappeared into. It was a good thing Rouge's baby had premonitions and told her to lie down, as then Knuckles did a U-turn on Rouge's sex-filled body and came out of her butt as a newborn baby that looked like Espio. This was all science.